Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to the very first episode of the Conspiracy Broadcast Channel. I'm your host, the voice of reason, broadcasting here directly from the heart of Indiana. And with this first initial episode, I'm just going to outline really the intentions, the inspiration and motivation for the channel. And basically, I'm inspired by all the anomalous, strange events in the world, the ludicrous circus that we're now witnessing and have been for quite some time, decades if not centuries. Things have not really gone to plan on planet Earth as far as evolving as a intelligent and peaceful species. There's many mysteries around the globe, and I guess I've given away my one true stance on that particular topic. So, really, what's going on as we experience it today? I mean, events just seem to be getting weirder and weirder, you know, like on the TV we're seeing drones flying across New Jersey. Nobody knows what's going on. The FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, have not the foggiest idea what these could be, which is quite concerning. A government department which is basically leading and on the forefront of investigating such things that could be of great concern to national security, and they have no idea. Seems strange, quite a strange thing to tell the people. I mean, they've been pretty good at lying throughout the years, so why not spin us a story? Nope, they have no idea what's going on. We don't know. Maybe you have an idea. That is the stance of the FBI. We don't know. Maybe they need to change their acronym to something else. And then we have, of course, the young assassin Luigi Mangione appearing in front of a security camera, just cold as ice, gun jams, he corrects it very professionally, and guns down a healthcare insurance CEO right there for everyone to see. Inscribed the bullets, executed and planned, extremely premeditated and calculated, and rides off on a bicycle, only to be found a couple days later in Pennsylvania doing what no one here in America does in the 21st century. Goes inside a McDonald's rather than through the drive-thru. He decides while on the run he'll just sit down in the local McDonald's there and order a frickin' Happy Meal, and then just have someone from the public spot him and call the police. And now we have a sensationalized Batman-type character on display, being extradited back to New York for trial. And, of course, he's pleaded not guilty while he enters the courtroom, led past his adoring female fans in chains, with, of course, heavily armed police guards there. It tells you a lot about what's going on in the minds of some females today, that they're actually celebrating a young man who has just murdered somebody for everyone to see. I mean, I don't know if he's guilty or not. I mean, what he's saying and how he's presenting himself and what he's sort of yelling out to the public confirms that he has done it. He's not saying, you know, I'm innocent. He's saying that the American people deserve better. So he's obviously taking on the role of some form of vigilante And really, I mean, it sends a message out there that to the elites and the wealthy that nobody is safe. You know, I mean, these people have to be accountable for their actions, and that's I'm not condoning acts of violence, let alone murder, but it does send a very chilling message out there to the financial elites and wealthy that they can be held accountable for their actions. There are people out there, and I mean, this was done in such a professional manner, aside from his slip up at McDonald's when he just couldn't help himself and order a Happy Meal. But I would suggest for the CIA to hire this guy. I mean, that's what they do. They just send people like him abroad. To me, he looks like the kind of guy they would send after Jason Bourne, you know. He doesn't quite look like the good guy. He looks like someone who'll just do his job. And from what I've seen, he looks like he's in shape, and that's what the ladies are admiring too. So, yeah, it's all strange here. It's an unfortunate event, and a bizarre one too. And now, more recently, we have had the terrorist attack in New Orleans on New Year's Eve. A man, ex-military man, come in, and I'm sure he had ties to Al-Qaeda or ISIS or whatever it is now, but we're seeing on the news the buzzwords shock and awe are back. So I think we're in the era of shock and awe part 2. Terrorism has now become a threat again. It's another thing for everyone to be concerned about. And that's another thing I don't understand. Why these terrorists always attack civilian targets. If they, there's one of two possibilities there. The first one, to me, seems quite ridiculous, but and of course, there are insane people that will attack innocent people out there. We have gunmen and murderers, of course, but someone who has a political message and agenda decides to attack civilians. I mean, he's not going to rally anyone on the other side to his cause if he's doing that. They never seem to attack police stations or government buildings or military sites or anything like that. It's always civilians. So one of two possibilities there. He's just a complete psycho and not really a terrorist, because that's just insanely evil. I mean, whether or not he is politically motivated, at the end of the day, he really just falls into the psychopath category. When you commit murder upon innocent people, you're a psychopath, and whatever political message you have behind that just means nothing, really. Or it's an effort to destabilize and bring fear to the population from within our own government, or I don't know. We really don't know what's going on these days. We've seen it, these things are carried out. I mean, this is common knowledge. You have books, written, Confessions of an Economic Hitman, and, ex-CIA guy who goes in, his job is to bribe and destabilize other countries so that they can be more agreeable to the United States. Of course, there are 3 steps. You go in, you try to bribe them. That doesn't work. You try to assassinate them. That's the next phase. If they don't agree and don't take the money. And the third step is you bring in the military. So, these things occur abroad and domestically. And it's really hard to know what's going on. At the end of the day, I mean, I would say most people living on this planet are quite peaceful. We just want to go about our daily lives, enjoy, what time we have here on the planet. But we're kept in a constant state of fear, it seems. And I believe that a lot of that has to do with the fact that information is being withheld from us on, many levels and many different angles. So that leads me to, what I would want to talk about in on this channel. Of course, we're going to go UFO, prophecy, politics, war and religion, and whatever else comes up. But we'll get into more detail with each episode. But of course, for some things, I think that it's good to look at a broader perspective of what's going on. I think a lot of things are connected that we don't necessarily think are, but they do have a connection, if not purely just to be a part and an element of the collective human journey and experience on this planet, and where we are as a species. Where are we going? Why have we come this far in development and technological achievement, only to create weapons that can just wipe out entire populations? To me, that's a major concern. Where is our headspace at when we want to keep killing? If we were to make it to the stars, I don't think anyone else out there would want us to get too far into their own space if we're only proving to be a violent species, just consuming and destroying and smothering planets, really, for our own short-term gain. And a lot of it is short-sightedness when it comes to geopolitical issues. But there are many things to discuss. I mean, I'm fascinated by prophecy, obviously extraterrestrials, UFOs. I've seen a few strange things in the sky. I haven't really had any close encounters that would, that I could, actually definitively say and prove their existence. But if you think rationally about it, I mean, there are strange things in the sky, cannot be explained. Looking for government disclosure would be an insane sort of demand, really, and expectation. They're not about to tell the truth about anything like that. It would mean a few things. One, that they aren't the most highest authority, for each country and leaders of the planet. Something else is out there observing us, above us, with far greater technology, and governments powerless to do anything. They would not want to reveal that to the public. And secondly, it would mean that have been lying to us for all these years, because they would, of course, had knowledge, and obviously they do. And there are other people in the field who are, actually more educated on the subject that have come out there. I mean, there's experts and there's officials and a lot of people out there that have come out and, with the truth. So asking the government would be a silly notion, really, because the information's already out there by, honest people who are delivering the truth about these sorts of things. So that's one of my favorite ones. And of course, in a universe of infinite time and space, they have to be here. I mean, if there's strange things happening in the sky and people, many different people have, described these things. Some things, of course, are probably just made up, manifested for fame or whatever. But, there's a lot of common experiences there which seem too similar and too coincidental, really, to dismiss. And of course, living in a universe so vast and infinite, it's more than likely that they exist. It would be arrogant to believe that we are the only ones here occupying the planet, and the whole universe around it. That would be quite silly. And of course, if they were here observing us, that would mean that they are peaceful, of course. If you possess the ability and technology for interstellar travel, the rest of your technological achievements would be just far greater than what we can probably comprehend. I mean, to make it to the nearest star for us is just impossible with conventional combustion sort of technology and rocket boosters. It cannot be done within a single human lifespan, so to achieve that level of of technology and travel, I think alien technology would be so far in advance that they would. I mean, think about their drone technology, and they'd be able to just operate vehicles from their own home planet, through some form of quantum entanglement, communications and connection. Their Wi-Fi would be incredible. Just think about that. So it's more than likely that they are here, and what the strange events that we see in the sky are probably aliens. So and with all the evidence out there, to me it just seems like it's just obvious. We're not the only ones here, as well as the microbial organisms and bacteria and other life forms that are microscopic and tiny. There's also life out there beyond our atmosphere. So I think I think we're really living in interesting times. We're coming to a point where we have developed technology to destroy ourselves, and of course, I'll probably go into more detail in another episode about that. But that could possibly be one of the reasons why extraterrestrials are here observing us, and if they're peaceful enough, I doubt they'd want us to destroy ourselves in a flash of stupidity. I mean, that's of course speculation, but to me it seems like the most logical course of action for any intelligent life form out there that would just be passively observing. And I mean, prophecy is another one I really enjoy. Particularly Native American prophecy. I think they're very interesting. The Hopi prophecies, and how many of them have actually been so accurate and come true, and how very few of them are left to pass. We're definitely we're treading on thin ice here, I believe, as a civilization. So without going too far into detail about specific things, well, I'll end this first initial video right here, or broadcast as such, because it's just audio with a animated graphic, all of which I've done all that myself. This is all unscripted, no AI generated stock images and stuff like that. I've done all the design work. It's a solo operation, so you won't find me begging for likes and subscriptions either. I got a crappy job to keep me going and keep me doing this while I can, and I'm probably going to end up in the trash compactor of algorithmic YouTube depths, but I'm not too concerned about that. My main intention and goal is to inspire intelligent and reasonable discussion, as well as finding the deep truths about these things that are occurring on our planet, and just contributing in a positive manner to the collective human experience. I think that should be the goal of most people, and unfortunately it's not, but I'm not doing anything like this for money. I'm just here to inspire, really, and maybe hopefully contribute in a positive manner to leading humans and the civilization into a more positive future of peace and harmony. That would be the ultimate goal for understanding all these strange events and making sense of it all, and just steering into a more sensible direction as a civilization. All right, so I'll end this one here, and I hope to have you all back as an audience in the next one. All right, this is the Voice of Reason signing off.